Hello everyone, this is Afsana, your subject faculty for business research methods. In this video, we are going to see about the attitude measurement skills. So attitude measurement skills are the number of ways which we are going to measure in the quantitative and qualitative research. In quantitative research, you are able to explore the measures and determine the intensity and the combine attitudes to different aspects of an issue, okay, to arrive to any one indicator that it is reflective on overall attitude. But in terms of qualitative research, you can only explore the spread of attitude and the establish the type of attitude prevalent. Okay, so uh, um, this is all about the tool prepared for the purpose of measuring people's attitude to an issue. That's why it is called an attitude scale. It is attitude scale is designed designed to provide a valid or accurate individual social attitude. Okay, so in quantitative research, you can ascertain the type of attitude people have in a community, how many people have a particular attitude, and what the intensity of those attitude. Okay, it could be the number of techniques have been developed to measure the attitudes, and then intensity of the quantity or the quantitative research. But such techniques are lacking in qualitative research. Okay, this is mainly because in qualitative research you do not make an attempt to measure or quantify. You cannot give numbers for your attitude, right? So that's why we have something called attitudinal scale also, to measure your quantitative research and qualitative research for both. Okay, quantitative research are those or three scales, okay, which will have developed to measure attitude. Each of those scales will based on the different assumption and follow the different procedures in their constructions. So for example, I gave you on the Likert scale, you have Likert scale there, and even in the Likert scale you have different types. Okay, I'll just show you the different types of Likert scale. See here, you can see different types of Likert scale. So Likert scale, first one is agreement based. Strongly agree. These are the different types of questions, and in that questions you will have different options. So you can have either of these agreement in your options. Okay, if you're going to evaluate the value, high, moderate, low, none, and relevance, how relevant is your PPTs, or how relevant is the video, excellent, somewhat, poor. And frequency, how frequently you visit mall, very frequently, occasionally, rarely, or always you go. So these are the different options you can use for frequencies. Importance, very important, moderately important, slightly not important. These are the different options you can give. Here you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This becomes your measurement scales. Okay, so these are the scales and these are the measurement scales, 1, 2, 3, when you are giving the number. And this here you can see the quality, very good, acceptable, poor, very poor. Likelihood, how much you like it, almost, always, true. So here you have 7 scales. So you have something called 2 scale, 3 scale, 5 scale, and 7 scale. These are the 2 scales, dichotomous, 3-pointed scales, means 3 options you will have. And you have 4-point scale, here you have 4 options. You have 5-point scale, you have 5 options, agreed, good, extremely, very, moderate, slightly, not at all, and then 7-point scales, which will have 7 different options for one question. Okay, so that becomes your different types of Likert scale, right? So that becomes your attitude scale. When you are measuring an attitude about a particular person towards a research, that becomes your attitude scale. So here you have hopeful, willing to endure, searching for answer. So this is an action. See here, how does the patient feel towards their pain? This is, I think, appropriate, accurate for this now, this particular situation. So this attitude scale, hopeless. Now we are hopeless and or bitter. Either of the options you can choose now, right? So attitude scale works with your number and the opinion towards a particular concept. Here you go, you have different types of attitude scales. Okay, different types of selection method. So first one is Trustone scale. Trustone scale is also known as equal appearing internal scale. Equal appearing internal scale. It is measuring, or it measures the using equal intervals, say 1 to 10, or if you are choosing giving age as a factor, 25 to 30, or below 25, below 25 to 30, 31 to 35, 36. So when you're giving that option equal distribution, that becomes your Trustone scales. Okay, how happy you are right now. If you want to rate it 1 to 10, 8, 6, 5, exactly the number is same for all the options. Okay, 0 becomes your negative value and 10 becomes your positive, and then you can grade according to the answers which you get. Then next one is Gutman scale or cumulative scale. It is actually a technique which is used to ask many questions in a short amount of space. Okay, where you can use this data type in data collection type for your telephonic survey or mail survey also. It is actually a continuous level, and it is also having a rank where you will be able to put up the questions and then start asking for it. So when you are asking for the several types of questions in a same level, and that level of questions will have different options. So it is one of the most difficult scale, where I could say, okay, to cover up, means rarely used also, and it does not have the much relevance for the beginner in the research. So you can go with the Likert scale. Likert scale will give you the proper concept of understanding the research, and you can give the easy options also. So Likert scales which will having yes or no to the strongly agree these options, so that you can, I will also share that Likert scale PDF file with you. With this material you can go through and you can use the same options for your questionnaire also. So next we are going to see on the topic level of measurement, where I have the short video on level of measurement and the different concepts, different types of measurement, means ordinal scale, interval scale, and the ratio scale. Ordinal is actually for the Likert scale, and here if I want to connect here three different types: Likert scale or rating scale is also not known as ordinal scale, which we can say. And then here it is cumulative or Gutman scale is for the ratio scale, you give percentage for it. And then here, then Trashon scale or equal appearing scale, that becomes your interval scale. these are the different measurements, and in my short video, in continue to it, you will have a short video which will explain you on the different levels of measurement and how you're going to use the statistical tools, and that statistical tools will also help you in your research when you're doing. Okay, so please watch this video, and continuing to it, you will also have the motivational research technique continuing to us in another video along with this only. So please do watch and then start writing on your research topic or research questions, and submit your assignment on your research questions, and finalize your research questions and start working on your questionnaire collection. So you concentrate on the questions which you are going to do and which you have already submit. That submissions you can, I hope you all received a mail when you submitted in the last session. You submitted the Google form for your attendance. That response would have come to your mail. You can go back to your mail and check, click on the link which you created, Google form, what I'm talking about, Google form. Click on to the Google form link and start editing according to the questionnaire types which I have taught now. So once you finalize that research question, then you can go ahead with the survey. Means you can start collecting your questionnaire. So this level of measurement will help you to understand, once you collect the data, how you can do the analysis. Okay, in depth I will tell you in the next session, but now you have to edit your questions and update in a Google form along with your attendance today. Okay, so now you can continue watching this level of measurement.
Types of data: nominal, ordinal, interval ratio. Data is central to statistical analysis. When we wish to find out more about a phenomenon or process, we collect data. Usually, we collect several measures on each person or thing of interest. Each thing we collect data about is called an observation. If we are interested in how people respond, then each observation will be a person. Or an observation could be a business, or a product, or a period in time, such as a week. Variables record the measurements we are interested in. Age, sex, and chocolate preference can all be stored as variables. For each observation, we record a score or value for each of the variables. When we store this data in a spreadsheet or a database, each row corresponds to a single observation, and each column is a variable. Level of measurement. The level of measurement used for a variable determines which summary statistics, graphs, and analysis are possible and sensible. The nominal level is the most basic level of measurement. Nominal is also known as categorical or qualitative. Examples of nominal variables are sex, preferred type of chocolate, and colour. These are descriptions or labels with no sense of order. Nominal values can be stored as a word or text or given a numerical code. However, the numbers do not imply order. To summarize nominal data, we use a frequency or percentage. You cannot calculate a mean or average value for nominal data. The next level of measurement is ordinal. Examples of ordinal variables are rank, satisfaction, and fanciness. Ordinal variables have a meaningful order, but the intervals between the values in the scale may not be equal. For example, the gap between first and second runners in a race may be small, whereas there is a bigger gap between second and third. Similarly, there may be a big difference between satisfied and unsatisfied, but a smaller difference between unsatisfied and very unsatisfied. Like nominal data, ordinal data can be given as frequencies. Some people state that you should never calculate a mean or average for ordinal data. However, it is quite common practice, particularly in research regarding people's behaviour, to find mean values for ordinal data. You should be careful if you do this to think about what it means and if it is justifiable. The most precise level of measurement is interval ratio. This level includes things that can be measured rather than classified or ordered, such as number of customers, weight, age, and size. Interval ratio data is also known as scale, quantitative, or parametric. Interval ratio data can be discrete, with whole numbers, or continuous, with fractional numbers. Interval ratio data is very mathematically versatile. The most common summary measures are the mean, the median, and the standard deviation. Graphical representation. The way data should be represented in a graph or chart depends on the level of measurement. Nominal data can be displayed as a pie chart, column or bar chart, or stacked column or bar chart. In most cases, the best choice for a single set of nominal data is a column chart. Ordinal data must not be represented as a pie chart, but is best shown as a column or bar chart. Interval ratio data is best represented in a bar chart or a histogram. For these, the data is grouped. Box plots illustrate the summary statistics for a variable in a neat way. Data which occurs over time is best displayed as a line chart. Here is an example using different types of data. Helen sells Choconutties. Helen is interested in developing a new product to add to her line of Choconutties. She develops a questionnaire and asks a random sample of 50 of her customers to fill it out. She asks them their age and sex, how much they spend on groceries each week, how many chocolate bars they buy in a week, and which they like best out of dark, milk and white chocolate. She asks them how satisfied they are with Choconutties. Very satisfied, satisfied, not satisfied, very unsatisfied. And she asks them how likely they are to buy a whole box of 10 packets of Choconutties. Helen enters the data in a spreadsheet. Each row has responses from one customer. Each column contains the measurements or scores for one variable. The type of chocolate preferred is nominal data. This can be shown in a pie chart or bar chart. We can summarise by saying that 46% of customers prefer dark chocolate, 40% prefer milk chocolate, and 14% prefer white chocolate. The measures of satisfaction and likelihood are ordinal level data. These should not be shown in a pie chart. The values should be put in a logical order in a column chart. We could summarise by saying that 32% are very satisfied with Choconutties and 72% of people are satisfied or very satisfied. The average satisfaction score comes to 2.06, which could be interpreted as satisfied. However, it is debatable whether it is sensible to calculate a mean satisfaction score. Age, amount spent on groceries and number of chocolate bars are all interval ratio data. These can be displayed on bar charts or histograms. We can say that for the customers in the sample, the mean age is 38 years, the mean amount spent on groceries is $192, and the mean number of chocolate bars bought per week is 3.3. These are all meaningful summary statistics.